this trip we headed to Dartmoor, a Stone Age landscape famous for its granite-topped tors and deep river gorges, used by hill walkers and whitewater enthusiasts alike. Our route began at the picturesque Newbridge car park, which is just a 10-minute drive from the nearby town of Ashburton. Walkers have the option of either walking along the wide forest track that runs along the south bank of the river, or they can choose to tackle the treacherous, often craggy and overgrown route along the north bank. Naturally, we decided to follow the north bank. Zoe and Elijah would drive on to Dartmeet and walk in to meet us. Security on such a route should always be a serious consideration when taking children. To that end, I decided to bring along a short rope, a harness, and my friend Simon. The first 2 kilometers of the route follows a wide track, then runs parallel to a series of shaded pools and rocky steps, but the terrain got a little more serious after the Long Island Ford. Time to deploy the rope. We settled on using a double-ended confidence roping, since we could support Harper whether she was climbing, abseiling, or merely traversing. There is no single path to follow. Rather, you are presented with a network of thinly worn animal tracks that crisscross the side of the gorge. My advice here is to keep as close to the river as possible, as the upper slopes are high, narrow, and prone to crumble. You can expect many obstacles, from fallen trees to landslides that have destroyed paths, boulders, and plenty of stinging plants, thorns, and holly. But you will also encounter sections of flat woodland that have remained relatively unspoiled, since they are so difficult to reach. We decided to lunch at Sharrow Pool. This was a perfect location for a wild swim, but the presence of other swimmers in the pool prevented me from taking too much video, but more on this later. Although not shown on the map, there is a path that runs alongside this stream from Meltor to another ideal swimming location. All you need to do is follow the wall. This path also serves as this scramble's only real escape route. Finally, the route becomes less steep, and we found Zoe waiting at Blackpool. We then headed off together to find a suitable location to swim. From there it was back to the car and to ice cream, but we couldn't help feeling that we'd missed out on the opportunity to swim at Sharrow Pool. So the next day we decided to hike back to the pool along the south bank. This was considerably easier and it took around an hour to reach the pool. Even Elijah could walk most of this route.
I'm going to collect you.